with it being completely done, that's the first time I had gotten to that particular stage of the process where I've gone through, I've written, I've edited, I've gotten professionally edited, and lastly, I just need a cover. Okay, it's pretty dark in here, even though it's early morning. I am trying to make myself write. It's not that I don't want to. I'm riding off of a high from yesterday. But my body does not want to do anything. I want to curl up in the bed, turn on a video essay, and just go to sleep. But that's not how books get made. So I am going to reread chapter 35, start chapter 36, and hopefully my plan is by tonight. I would like to finish this whole thing, though I know that won't happen. Tonight, I would love that to be my goal, but I'm going to be kinder to myself and say that I'm going to at least get about a chapter or two done today. And that could look like any number of things, because I think there's a run of like 3 chapters, I think 31 through 33 or 32 through something, where they were supposed to be one chapter, but it kind of spiraled and it became more. So I say 2 chapters, but that's not to say that I won't get through a whole lot more material. But that's where I am right now. So I'm gonna do that, and then I don't know, just go from there. So good vibes, good thoughts.
So much. Come by anytime. You're welcome.
I'm gonna wipe the floor with your little skinny. Now wait just 1 second, glasses.
Okay, so I am at 76,000 words. I feel good, I'm proud. It's only roughly about a little over 4,000 from where I was last time. Now I can write like when I sit down and have a session, even in like 20-40 minutes, I can knock out thousands of words. So that's never been the issue. And I guess I was thinking when I got up from this last like writing sprint session, whatever, I was like, okay, this is 4,000 words over, like, because I went back to the previous chapter and I extended a conversation. There was some stuff that I wanted to put in there that could pay off in the next chapter. And I know I'm going to have to do that with this second round of edits once everything is actually done. And when I got up from this most recent session, I was like, okay, this is not as much as you're capable of. But the thing is, with this, I have my outline, and even though the outline is detailed, a lot of what I've been doing is I'll say this, a lot of the events that I thought would spread out over like 5, 6, 7, 8 chapters are being condensed into other chapters. And it's like when if I can find this scene, I'll put it in here. It was a scene on Futurama where they had a courtroom trial something, and they started recording it, and they ran out of content at like maybe 11 minutes in. And one of the characters was like, what's going on? Why is there no more script? He was like, well, it took me 30 minutes to write it. I figured it'd take y'all 30 minutes to read it. And that's what it feels like. It's like in my outline, I have all of this stuff written down that you would think, or I thought, was going to take so many more chapters, but I'm getting through a lot of it really quickly. And then there are some items that I am not even including, that I'm just getting rid of altogether. And it's not because they were bad things or didn't work, but what I found, like the previous chapter, I'll just go ahead and say it. So there's a conversation that's had like 2 chapters ago that was pivotal for some mess. In that conversation, there were 3 things that I wanted to be discussed. 2 of them were added into the conversation. The third thing, I couldn't find a way to put it in and make it seamless, and I'm not going to like break down a already well done chapter just to force it in. I'm not going to do that. And so I've run into these moments where I may go back and like add some stuff in earlier in the book when I do my editing, but I'm not going to, just because it's on my outline for, let's say, chapter 34, this conversation happens, I'm not going to just force it in there if I've done chapter 34 and 34 works just fine. And so that's what I'm finding, is a lot of the things that I wanted to include have either already been touched on earlier, or they don't fit in the chapters that I'm writing, or I'm getting through so much content quicker. So where I thought this book was going to be well over 90K, I'm just at 7,600, and I think that I'm going to be under 90K. When I write in vellum, and then of course I save my document, and I write in vellum, and they have the option to put a different version or different device that the book can be read on, even the print version, off to the side while you write, so you can kind of see what it looks like. And it helps with formatting, and it helps when you have things like maybe a handwritten letter or some fancy something in your text. And I write with the default of like a Kindle Fire, just a standard Kindle, so I can kind of see what it looks like. I messed around and changed that view from a Kindle Fire to print, and I think I'm at like 287 pages. I'm like, all right, I am trying not to go to 400. If I can get like 350-ish, I don't know. But the funny thing about this is it calls into question what's going to happen when I get to my final big set piece, because in the outline it's this huge big thing, but it might be shorter than I'm thinking, which is fine, because with those big set pieces that have happened throughout the book, a lot of the emotion, energy, soul behind it is in the dialogue. Like, so the things that are going to happen regardless. And so what I'm finding is, with that set piece that I haven't gotten to yet, and these last few chapters, even though they're well documented in the outline, what I've had to do is do some very creative maneuvering and I'm going segment by segment in my outline instead of chapter by chapter in my document. So I'm seeing what's coming next, what conversations need to happen, what events need to happen, who needs to go where, and then doing like a little bulleted list on like a sheet of paper to like give myself a guide. Otherwise I would just be writing a long ass chapter. So I'm feeling good. I'm going to take a break, go get some food, as I do in these vlogs. In these Vlogmas vlogs, I'm going to get me some food, go run an errand or two, and come back and start cooking, because the food that I was supposed to make the night before, I did not, and I'm going to make it tonight. And then try to take another stab at it, because we're coming up on another few days of me not having to be at the pyramid. So I'm determined to get this book done. Hopefully by Christmas, but who knows?
Raised by the rain, saved by the pain, ain't but a thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. I got some stuff to pick up, and I still don't know what I'm going to eat. I'm going to cook tonight, but I'm thinking where I'm going is going to be near a grocery store, and like quite literally next door to it. And I don't like to go into the grocery store. I would much rather order my groceries, have them dropped off, and be done. But because where I'm going is quite literally next door to the grocery store, like I feel like I should just go in there and get something to eat. But also, I don't feel like spending no real money. Being a freaking adult, like, because whatever I get is gonna be something quick. I'm really craving like some wings. I know I just ate some wings a couple days ago, but like, I want some breaded wings, but I might just settle for a sandwich. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, so I'm feeling good. I did a little bit more writing before I got up and got dressed and ready to leave. I'm feeling really good about this project. So there has been a lot of firsts when it comes to me in these projects. So like the holiday novel, it was the first time I did an outline that was that detailed. With my first book that's already done, that was the first book I finished, but I'm into the second book of that duet series, and that is one that's been giving me trouble. With that first book, with it being completely done, that's the first time I had gotten to that particular stage of the process where I've gone through, I've written, I've edited, I've gotten professionally edited, and lastly, I just need a cover, ISBNs, and throw them up, and I'm done. With this one, I am at the end, and I'm so close. And I think what I'm finding, for whatever reason, the closer I get, the slower I'm moving. Before it was just all fun and games, get it done, get in there, start knocking out scenes and stuff. And now it's like though I know I'm going to edit it, I'm being maybe a bit more picky or a little bit more intentional than I may have been before. The words are coming, but I know I'm at the end. I can feel that in maybe, I'm just going to say 5 chapters, I'll be done. It might be more, it might be less or whatnot, but I'm right around that spot where I'm well into the third act. The things that need to happen that are coming up have already been established. There is no turning back now. And I'm so proud of this one because there is that, though the outline has been detailed and has got me here so far, there's been that room and space for being a pantser, for discovering things as I write, as you can see in the Building a Fictional City series, the process that I've gone through. I don't know, it's just freaking exciting. So I don't know, knowing that I have a couple more days of no pyramid activity where I can just be and exist. And also, son, I've neglected all of my adult responsibilities. I've done some laundry and been writing and some dishes here and there, but like as a responsible adult who will just focus, get into one spot and just take care of one thing, that has not been me. And I am trying to rectify that. But every time I start, I'm like, oh, I can do this. I can write this way. Because I'm still technically I'm still discovering some of the story. Like there's a portion that I'm working on now, and it has for one of the main leads to have a conversation with someone, which I wrote already, and then there's going to be a discovery, like a little plot twist is going to happen soon after, but that's at the hands of the other main character and some supporting characters having a conversation as well. And the conversation themselves isn't the issue. It was figuring out the timeline and the sequence of events, because even though my outline says this, that, and the third, I've deviated a bit from that, and the ending is tight, but some of the points leading up to the ending leave a lot of room for interpretation. And so I don't know, whatever. I want to do the errand, get some food, get back home, and this may be my last check. I don't know. I'll check in one more time just to give an update and all that good stuff.
Raised by the rain, saved by the pain, ain't but a thing. I'm gon' need something else to burn. Daddy and I got nowhere to turn. I'm about to be jumping the sun. I'm not in the mix, but don't act like you ain't heard. How fast took you away? Well, work for the hurt. My peace can't get started. My mind's still on dreams. Soon as my eyes roll open, come good tokens. I've been training myself to add cheese to the picture. Smile go far, self-grace is worth a million. My outlook changed a bit, came a little up. By the time they want the price, the name that went up. Still got work to do, I'm trying daily. Cause don't end up and leave, but I can take it. By now all my demons know I'm praying. By now all my haters know I'm staying. Stack it, flip it, yeah, you know the plan. Feel like I been gave another chance, and it ain't wasted on gambles. Cause I knew I would be this 5, 6 in Pampers. They say that he won't put nothing on, you can't handle. So I just see a few more ships on my map. I'm out of here since I'm gon' need something else to burn. Daddy and I got nowhere to Keep your head high, learn what you worth for text. Serve 24 until you in your round of rest. Now thanks for eating Southern